For the first time ever, according to Pew Research, public opinion has shifted in favor of legalizing marijuana. And that is because after 4 decades of complete and utter failure on the war on drugs, the situation is worse than ever before. And there's some great stuff coming out. And Eugene Jarecki is a director, and he made this film called The House I Live In. And Eugene Jarecki was on, he was on everywhere recently. He's been on Jon Stewart, he's been on, I think he was on Bill Maher. He actually had dinner with Cenk and Oliver Stone and John Cusack, and they had a discussion about this issue too. But anyway, the point is, Americans are finally getting it. War on drugs, epic fail, not working, making things worse. So let's go through some of the facts. Since 1971, America has spent more than $1 trillion on the war on drugs, conducted 45 million drug arrests, and amassed the world's largest prison population with 2.3 million Americans behind bars, more than any other country on earth.
Now, let me just give you one more stat that helps put that in perspective. So the United States has 5% of the world's population, yet we incarcerate 25% of the world's incarcerated population.
Yeah,
that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Apparently, Americans just break laws all the time.
Yeah.
So he continues.
Something wrong with us.
Yet for all this, drugs are cheaper, purer, more available, and used by younger people than ever before. We have the toughest drug laws on earth, and yet our demand, undeterred, remains the highest in the world. And he concludes, the drug war, by any measure, has been an unmitigated disaster.
Yeah.
So John Legend, the singer, he put together a great video, and he and Eugene Jarecki released this today on Huffington Post through YouTube, and it powerfully illustrates what's really happening. And if you see the footage, it's footage of people living behind bars for minor drug offenses, and they're like just ordinary Americans living in jail.
What is America to me? A name, a map, or the flag I see. A certain word, democracy. What is America to me? The house I live in, the friends that I have found. The house I live in, my neighbors white and black, the people who just came here or from generations back, the town hall and the soapbox, the torch of liberty, a home for all God's children. That's America to me.
This point has been made a million times. I'll just make it again. It's like, why do we put people who are drug addicts in prison? Why we don't put alcoholics in prison? Everybody realizes that if you're an alcoholic, you're not a criminal, that you have a disease. But if you are addicted to another drug, you're a criminal. You're a bad person. It's just certain drugs are okay to be addicted to in the United States, and certain ones aren't. Nicotine, you can be addicted to that all day long. Alcohol, all day long. Caffeine, all day long, right?
Caffeine right now.
Prescription pain meds.
Prescription pain meds. Number one abused for kids is now the prescription pain meds they find in their own home. But we still demonize these other drugs because it's for profit. We have a for-profit prison industry. And the way we've incentivized local municipalities, police departments to go after drug crimes. So they stop all the other enforcements and they go after drug crimes. Why? Because the federal government gives them money for busting people for drugs. So it increases the money in their local municipalities' coffers. So they go, it's the same thing like now when you tie teachers' pay to the test scores, there's going to be cheating. That's all they're going to focus on. How can I get more money from my school? Same thing with their police department. How can I get more money from my police department? I'm going to focus on where the money is. So,
Our failure with the drug wars underscores exactly what's wrong with our society, what's wrong with our politics, because it's got nothing to do with getting results.
Right.
It's got nothing to do with doing the right thing. It's got everything to do with where the money is.
Yeah.
And this is an issue that everyone can rally around. Conservatives, liberals, progressives, libertarians. Nobody can be happy with the fact that we're taking tax money, tax dollars, and funneling it to a system that has been an utter and epic failure for 40 years.
Yeah.
For 40 years, this has been a failure. Who thinks this drug war is doing anything positive?
And
Does anyone think that?
Doesn't it drive you crazy when you hear, when I hear news stories about, this guy was a child molester, he got out after 3 years or 7 years and he molested again. It's like, meanwhile, there's this woman who's in prison for life for a couple $100 in drug violations, yet we're letting out molesters, rapists, and violent criminals, and we're incarcerating non-violent drug offenders, and that is a big problem. And it seems like it's starting to change because Barack Obama, by the way, who's no friend to the addict, is being outflanked on his left by conservatives, right? Like Tom Tancredo, who's a big right-winger from Colorado. He's come out in favor of legalizing marijuana, and lots of other, Rand Paul, I'm sure, is for. So there's a lot. He's being outflanked on his liberal side by conservatives.
Pat Robertson.
Pat Robertson's for legalization of marijuana, yes.
And also some Democrats at the state level, we should give
And Barack
some credit.
Obama but he's behind conservatives on this.
I know.
Yeah.
And which
His
is
position is
who are you-
evolving. It's okay.
who are you appealing to in your electorate, Barack? Who are you trying to get to vote for you? People who are more conservative than Pat Robertson? People who will never be on your side?